Perfect. Perfect.
Without further ado, here it is, Jack Harlow. Churchill Downs featuring Drake. Here we go, everybody. Yeah.
Sometimes when I sit back and really let it register, I did everything I said I would and said it first. I mean, the world's in denial, but they all know what I'm headed for.
Yeah.
We about to feed these youngins to the metaverse.
That sounds like Juice WRLD. That's not Juice WRLD? It sounds so much like him. I've never heard Jack Harlow before, but the way he carries those words sounds a lot like it. And this is like a preaching. This is a message of like, look, y'all, did everything I said. I put it all out there. And these words that he's putting in, metaverse, oh my goodness. Let's hear this again.
First, I mean, the world's in denial, but they all know what I'm headed for.
Yep.
We about to feed these youngins to the metaverse. Meanwhile, I'm over here just trying to pen a verse. Cause I'm done being extra with the extroverts. The label used to wonder how I'm supposed to stand next to Vert. Probably never thought that I would get these legs to work. I work hard, but hard shit don't need no extra work. That's why I show up in a sweatshirt and let it burn.
Show up in a sweatshirt and let it work. Y'all, this is pretty cool. Like, he's got some words to put together.
The world's mine, I just say fuck it, let it turn. The girl's mine, I just say fuck it, have a turn. The goats call me to the side like, can we have a word? I could've fronted, but I did this shit how I preferred. I know I should be humble, but it's something I just haven't learned. Soon enough, I had to make these bad habits burn. Soon enough, we about to come and get the shit we earn.
It's like he knows he's supposed to like be a little bit humble and pull himself together and like appreciate, respect the people who've been there before when the goats are there. But it's hard to do. It's like he feels so confident. As NF says, there's a big difference between confidence and arrogance. You have to be careful because sometimes you can feel very confident in who you are and it can come across very arrogant and you can lose people that you actually need. Oh, man. Soon enough, I have to make these bad habits burn, man. Just it's like part of our character, right? We have to make adjustments. We have to be, I talk about character all the time, respectful, appreciative, work hard, go out there to win, but try to appreciate other people who are involved too.
Soon enough, I had to make these bad habits burn. Soon enough, we about to come and get the shit we earn. You're not a fan now, but I remember when you used to be fanned out. I guess when the whole world loves you, people only got one way to stand out. All that time in the kitchen finally panned out. I put some flavor in the pot and took the bland out. I know my grandpa would have a heart attack if I pulled 100 grand out. So I'm not gonna pull 100 grand out.
Good.
I'm hip hop, do you fully understand? Yep. Fully automatic with the jams and it don't jam. At the shows
Isn't it funny how he mentions his grandfather and he'd go crazy if he pulled out 100,000? So he doesn't do it, right? That's a smart thing to do.
About to start handing out programs, cause y'all need to get with the program. I'm a grown ass man, call me Pops, fuck around and take your phone ass man. Everybody know Jack, but they don't know Jack, man. They just know I got the flows and the hoes and the packed out shows. Ain't too many cons when you playing with the pros, except for how you
Ain't too many cons when you're playing with the pros, y'all. Ain't too many cons. The pros, the cons, you weigh in the two together. And you're playing with the cons. Love that.
Hoes and the packed out shows. Ain't too many cons when you playing with the pros, except for how your life get exposed. But I make that sacrifice for the life that I chose. I know in Toronto they got salt for the roads, but school's closed in Kentucky, so I liked when it snowed. The kids carry chopsticks, not for rice in a bowl. School counselors all know how they life is at home. Cold like the Minnesota Vikings at home.
Oh, God, mentioning the Vikings football team. The school counselor, see, he brings mental health in. They know what kind of world these children are growing up in and what they get used to every day. It's not easy. They go home to violence. They go home to abuse. They go home to trauma. They go home to toxicity, abandonment, neglect, all kinds of different things. And they have to go to school. It's no wonder they don't concentrate. It's no wonder they fight all the time. It's no wonder they can't pay attention and struggle because of what they live in a heightened sense of panic and alertness, hyper alert state all the time at home.
Before I met Drizzy, I knew he and I would get along. But it's hard to crack jokes when you really want advice. I mean, what's it like to touch gold every time you touch a mic? Touching heights, no one gets a touch in life. Fucking right, young bachelor, what's a wife? Once in a lifetime, till I say I want it twice. One of a kind, know your everything is one of mine. Wanted posters with my face, they know who I'm wanted by. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. And who's in the background there? Like, who is that voice? It's like a female voice in the background, unless they're changing their voice. But Drake's coming on.
Yeah. Cold hearts and heated floors, no parental guidance, I just see divorce. Therapy sessions, I'm in the waiting room reading for.
There we are. That's my office. They're talking about my office. Cold hearts and heated floors, no parental guidance, I just see divorce. I get it every day in my office with different couples that I work with who are on the edge, about to just, it's horrible because by the time they've come to me, things have, they don't come when it first starts getting rough. They come when it's like at the end in desperation. Therapy sessions, I'm in the waiting room reading Forbes, like people sitting out in the waiting room just waiting for the session. Here we go. And then Tom gets to come in and try to piece this stuff back together, which takes time. You have to be patient with that.
And heated floors, no parental guidance, I just see divorce. Therapy sessions, I'm in the waiting room reading Forbes. Abandonment issues, I'm getting treated for. How much water can I fit under the bridge before it overflows? My son's gotta learn that forgiveness is a lonely road. The crib's on it.
These are such great lyrics, y'all. Do you hear that? The water under the bridge. How much water can I fit? It's gonna, you talk about water under the bridge, and when it's like, oh well, all that stuff happened, that horrible stuff happened. It's just water under the bridge. It just water flows on the bridge, it disappears, flows down the river. But man, y'all, hey. How much can you shove in a closet? How much can you shove in that drunk drawer you've got of just drunk drawer? That junk drawer you've got of just putting stuff away. How many times can you do that before finally the drawer breaks? Abandonment issues. This is what creates abandonment, though. When you grow up with abandonment issues, many times you pick relationships where you abandon the relationship yourself, or the opposite happens. You pick somebody who's going to leave you. That happens all the time.
Fit under the bridge before it overflows. My son's got to learn that forgiveness is a lonely road. The crib's on his wheel like motorhomes. Niggas love to try and test us like they know what we own. Chubb's got the magazine cover like Rolling Stone, cause we already know how they rock, they throwing stones. Whenever you getting bigger, there's growing pains. I got enough pull to make the city start throwing games. I'm out here making a mockery. I got my real time.
Got enough pull to make them start throwing games, y'all.
To make the city start throwing games. I'm out here making a mockery. I got my realtor out here playing Monopoly. How can I address you when you don't own property? They only finesse you when you don't move properly. Destined for the win, but you don't get a prize out of me. I'm destined for the top, but you can't get a rise out of me. 750 for the round canaries and they glittering. Man, you niggas drop trash, you littering. I'm over delivering to the point it's belittling. I mean, the PTSD is triggering, the profit is sickening, the stones are shimmering. Came from
some of this, it's hard. The PTSD they talk about, sometimes it's you grow up, you get so much when you had so little in the past that you're all of a sudden surrounded with things, people coming at you, and you can have a lot of PTSD of how people look at you, how they treat you, how they act with you, and you can feel almost like either number one, you don't deserve it, number two, that you're being used, number three, that it's all going to disappear. And any of those can trigger. That's the PTSD part. Even though you're out of the lifestyle and out of the horrible in the beginning, you tend to recreate that unless you resolve it.
The north, but I got hot as fuck, so ain't no shivering. Yeah. Lucky me, people that don't fuck with me are linking up with people that don't fuck with me to fuck with me. This shit is getting ugly. And every situation is transactional, and everything they saying is irrational, and every way they moving is promotional. Everybody's acting irreplaceable, it's like they ain't disposable. My urges for revenge are uncontrollable. I know we're getting older though. Yeah. But I gotta get a nigga back for that. It's non-negotiable, it's not even debatable. I'm getting so rich, my music's not even relatable. I blow a head up, it's an inflatable. Baby blue G-class, I feel like a kid again. Praying on my downfall, don't make you religious, man. All I hear is plug talk coming from middlemen. All I hear is tall tales coming from little men. When I say bitch, I'm very rarely referring to women. Most of the bitches I know are niggas, they not even women. I know that.
Oh, this is hardcore. First of all, way back, he's like, you know, everything's transactional, and that happens a lot. Everything's transactional. You want something from me. I'm trying to get something from you. And I want relationships to be transformational. I want relationships to be something that that bring us to a higher level, that bring us closer together and help us be better people. Not so transactional where you're trying to get something from everybody all the time. But this, oh my gosh, most of them aren't even women he's talking about. It's other guys.
That sounds like I'm being funny, I'm not even kidding. Same ones that say they run the game when they not even in it. To be honest, y'all financial situation's my biggest motivation. And how you should take that statement is based on what you making. Whips and chains like a dominatrix. If I see I spit in your faces. Daytonas with the green faces. Kentucky Derby races. My presence in the spot is so abrasive. Box at the Churchill Downs, that's motivation. Yeah. And shorty like, you know that boy Jack is going places.
Ah.
I know.
Ah. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Harlow, Churchill Downs, featuring Drake. What a good song. First time to see Jack Harlow. I love it. We've got to get more of him on Reaction Therapy because I love the sound, the lyrics. I'm going to have to learn. I got to go to school. But Jack Harlow, amazing. Look, mental health written all over that because he's talking about you can either appreciate life or you can take advantage of life. You can either let everything that happened to you before turn you into somebody who is unappreciative and who just takes, or you can be somebody who recognizes what real relationships are. Great stuff. Love it.